utmost passion, unbounded generosity, and touch of humility, qualities which makes an ordinary dish into an extraordinary one.
I'm Alessandro. I'm the owner of Maestro Pasta, and I work as a chef. I work as a bartender as well, and I work as a waiter, depending on the needs of my restaurant.
So you do everything.
I do everything. I mean, you have to. When you own a restaurant, you gotta be able to do everything. But I kind of have fun in the kitchen because it's nice. It's nice to cook, you know. It's nice to prepare something that your patrons will eat. So I love it. So yeah. Well, cooking, I'm not a chef. I hold an MBA. I used to be in finance, so totally different than what I'm doing right now.
That's a big transition.
No, it's not, because I believe that, first of all, good food in the restaurant, in a successful restaurant, is not part of the equation. All of the rest counts. How do you welcome customers? A lot of things. And also, you know, it's not rocket science. We live in a world in which you have YouTube, you have many things to do, and it's not. So it's very easy. All you have to have is a little bit of passion and look at what's already online. And of course, you have to practice. And I started practicing it when I was 18. I went to live in my own apartment. I always liked cooking when I was in Italy. And you know, you just do it.
What are you making right now?
I'm just making a tagliere, which is a cold cut board. Since I'm from the north of Italy, I'm from Parma, which is a city famous for this. My region actually is very famous for this. For example, you get prosciutto di Parma, which is typical from where I'm from. You get mortadella from Bologna, and we all import the cold cuts here because they're good. So, and the cool thing is that we make it with a specific fried bread. And I'll show it to you in a second. I'll prepare it, and we're gonna fry it. You know, pasta is cooking. Fresh pasta, when it's fresh, it cooks in 1 minute. 1 minute. You don't need to cook it over than a minute because it's fresh. Because what we do basically here is that we match, listen, cooking pasta is hydrating pasta basically. And what we do is that our challenge is to make the best fresh pasta that also cooks fast. Because if not, the best pasta for me is dry pasta, but drying pasta is an art. It's very complicated.
What goes into this pasta dough?
In the fresh pasta, this is typical pasta from the north, where I'm from. These are just eggs and this just egg and semolina flour, basically. Okay. While in the raviolis, the dough is slightly different because, you know, because we use 00 flour. The dough is more elastic, you know. That's it. So this is my favorite. Good? There we go. And two. There are two origins of puttanesca. So there is one that, you know, puttanesca is basically prostitute. Since there is no garlic in it, prostitutes, their breath would be okay, even after eating puttanesca, to go with their customers. The second is in Capri. This is the story that they think is real. What happened is there is this restaurateur that was about to close, and a team of his friends, what they did is they went to the restaurant, and then they went there very late. And the guy said, guys, the kitchen is closed, you know. And then I said, you know, but I know that you're closed, but please, you know, just cook something alla puttana, or it means, well, whatever the fuck you have. Because if you think puttanesca, you don't need ingredients from the fridge, because it's made with capers under salt, olives, tomato sauce, and anchovies.
How tough is restaurant business these days?
But you know, listen, even in tough times, you always have to be positive and look for opportunities, because opportunities are, at the end of the day, are always there, all the time. Okay, let's plate this guy. In this case, I'll get all the sauce with a spoon very soon. Let's do this. One.
If I have to ask, one thing you like most about your job and one thing you wish could be better, what would it be?
Well, one thing that I love about my job is that, you know, every day is different at the end of the day. Many people think, oh, you're going to do the same things over and over, which is not true. Every day is very different from the other one. And also another thing that I love is that you never know who's going to come here into your restaurant. And it's so nice to talk to different kinds of people on a daily basis. One thing that I hate, that is also unpredictable sometimes. You know, it's very hard to predict business. It is like to It is like to work as a broker on Wall Street. You know, you'll never know if the Dow Jones is going to go up or down, I believe. I mean, of course, you have your own theory, and I do too about this business, my predictions, but you know, it's very unpredictable. And in this business, it's the most complicated business in the world, because when you run a restaurant, you're a true CEO, because if you think under the same roof, you have production, sales, HR, accounting, you know, accounts receivable, accounts payable, they're all under one roof. In addition to this, you have laws, sanitation laws. You gotta make sure that the temperatures are always all right with thermometers, you know, because of food safety is extremely important. You know, you have to write down things, you have to make a lot of labels every time. It's like the expiration days, you know, it's an ongoing working on these things and making sure that you're compliant with the law and you're offering the best service and the best products. And you know, when you try your best to do different things, most often, you know, it's always better if you focus on one thing. And I do, because at the end, I know I try to focus on managing the people that will check these things for me, but you always have to do a double check on things to make sure that everything is as it's supposed to be. That's it. Come over. Oh, second, I'm eating in 1 minute. Just telling you, come over. 102 MacDougal Street, Greenwich Village. I'll be waiting for you.
If you like this video, please click like and subscribe. Also, please share it with your friends and family. Until next time, be well.